Yeah, there we are.
Welcome everyone to Enlightened World Network. Today, on a meditation a day, we are so happy to have with us the Reverend Tomás Garza. He's a teacher of the Course in Miracles, and he'll be offering us a guided meditation today. Welcome, Tomás.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be here.
We we really are delighted every time we have you on the show. And today we're going to be listening to you as you guide us in a meditation called Allow Yourself to Go There, Free Yourself from Fear, and Embrace Who You Are, really. So I'm looking forward to it
Really.
and
Hmm.
um, welcome you to
Right.
just start whenever you're ready.
All
Okay.
right. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be here too. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get started. So wherever you are here, I just want to invite you to take this time for yourself right now. You may or may not have a regular meditation or yoga or mindfulness practice. That does not matter. What I invite you to do over the next few minutes here is simply to spend some time with yourself. A meditation period should be a time to nourish yourself and connect with yourself. And by that, I mean your entirety, all of you. So, in terms of the posture of your physical body, simply allow yourself to get comfortable wherever you are, whether you're seated or standing up, even. You could be sitting on the couch or a chair or anywhere. It makes no difference. Just make yourself comfortable and relaxed. And we simply begin by paying attention to, first of all, our breath. We breathe many times a day and we're completely unaware of it. So, if nothing more than just for a change of pace, I invite you to become aware of it. If you're watching the video, you'll notice that my eyes will be both open and closed. You may do either one. As you breathe in, simply place your awareness on the breath going into your body. On the inhale, the breath fills your lungs and empties them on the exhale. Take a few moments and simply pay attention to the sensation of your breath entering and exiting. Simple. Our meditation today is an invitation to expand your mind, to spend some time with yourself, capital S, with who you really are. So as we continue to inhale and exhale, I invite you to, in your mind, simply hold in mind something, whatever it may be, that is bothering you, something you may be paying a lot of attention to, a stressor, perhaps. Perhaps this is a health situation, perhaps financial, emotional, whatever it is. We all encounter experiences in our lives that trouble us. So, with this in mind, simply let it go. Release this. How you formulate the words in your mind is up to you. Simply release this stress, release this tension, and watch it disappear. Having released it, it is as though that stressor were never there. It was not. Pay attention to how you feel, not simply in the physical body, but more importantly in your mind. Do you now feel more relaxed, relieved, perhaps? Grateful? Whatever it is. If there is another subject for release, release that right now. In this space free of tension, or more free of tension than before, we can simply allow ourselves to expand our awareness. We can allow ourselves to expand our mind. We live our lives here in the world in a state of constant limitation. We ask far too little of ourselves. We label ourselves as one thing or another. We label ourselves as tall or short, old or young or middle-aged, as an ethnic group, as a national origin. We label ourselves based on our politics. We label ourselves based on our jobs, on our careers and income brackets. We label ourselves based on our social status, our panache, if we have that, our cachet and prestige. Where do these labels, in fact, come from? They come from our imagination, from our mind. We are all invited today to set them aside, if only for the next several minutes, and continue to breathe in and out in a normal and relaxed fashion. And let's allow ourselves to expand now. Visualize in the center of your chest, call it your heart center or what you will, a brilliant white spark of light. It is warm. It is radiant. And as you place your awareness on this spark of warmth and radiance, take a moment and allow this spark to expand. Allow it to fill your torso, the area of your heart and lungs, rising up to your throat and your head. Allow this light to fill your limbs, your arms and legs, until the light has filled your entire physical body. Now, this light expands quite naturally. The light bursts beyond the semi-permeable membrane that we refer to as our skin and begins to fill the room where you now sit. Envision the light filling your room until it fills every corner, and there is not a single speck of shadow or darkness remaining. This warmth, this love, is all pervasive. And keep going. Allow this light to move through the walls that only appear to encircle you, and to expand to include your entire dwelling, the entire building in which you now sit, stand, or lie in relaxed contemplation. And it begins to fill the area around this dwelling, expanding outward to your street. Outward to your neighborhood, your town. The town or city that you find yourself in is now fully enveloped in this warm light, this loving, all-pervasive light. There is nothing else. Allow this to expand to the territory that you reside in, whether it is a state, a province, whatever you call it. Let it fill that completely, and let it fill as it expands ever outward. The country you are in, to the continent, to the entire planet. And it keeps going. The light naturally expands, extending itself to encompass the entire solar system, galaxy, out, spilling out into space until it is all light, love, brilliant, light, joyous, welcoming, and total. It has shown all darkness away. Rest for a few moments in your totality, your totality. Here, there is nothing to oppose. There is only light. You have no opponent. You cannot possibly have an opponent. This light has come from you. It is you. And it is total and all encompassing. Not one living thing is excluded from its love, from its radiance and warmth. It is total, as are you. In this light, there are no separations. The divisions that appear to govern our lives are gone. They have simply disappeared. Should you be tempted to label this light, you may do so in the understanding that it is beyond all labels. The truth of who you are is beyond concepts. It is far, far beyond the limitations that we heap upon ourselves in the world. We have let them all go for a few moments to experience the truth of who we are. You may choose to call this light God, or whatever else. It simply is. And it is who you are. This light is whole. It is one. It is perfect oneness. And here in the light, you experience that there is nothing else. In this light in which we partake has come from you. It's coming from you. And you're free to access it anytime. You're free to call on it whenever you wish, whether in a formal meditation practice or not. So, as you prepare to return to our stream of daily activity, take a few moments to appreciate your own limitlessness. There is no separation of any kind, and there are no limits. This light, as you have just experienced, simply extends itself. And as you begin to return, in a manner of speaking, to where you appear to be in your country, state, province, territory, city, town, village, municipality, whatever you call it, as you return to the building that you are in, to what passes for our daily world. Carry the experience of the all with you, because you are the all in all. You know who you are. You know what you are. And more importantly, you know where you really are. This is eternal. This light, God, yourself, capital S, can be accessed at any time. As you return to life, I invite you to carry this experience with you so that you may formulate the wish to do it again sometime, whenever that may be. And know, quite simply, that not a single one of the limitations that we burden ourselves with defines us. It is not who we are, has never been, and never will be. So, bringing yourself back to wherever you find yourself seated or lying down. Perhaps you've even fallen asleep. Who hasn't fallen asleep in a meditation session? I'd like to know. This is your cue to awaken. And if your eyes have been closed, go ahead and open them and see the world differently for what it is, not for what we have made it. I hope this has been of some value to you. Thank you, as always, for joining me. Hello.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, you're most welcome. My pleasure.
It's such a pleasure. And it really allowed us to shift and feel reconnected with ourselves as well as the beautiful world around us. So, really grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
So, Reverend Tomas, tell us about your work in Course in Miracles. I know on Enlightened World Network, we're so delighted to have your show here. And you offer copies of your shows on your YouTube channel.
Yes. Yes, this is if you're just new to Enlightened World Network, or you're tuning in, this is something that that you all invited me to start 3 years ago. It was January of 2021, as I remember. And I thought, wow, this is fabulous. What a wonderful opportunity to begin to teach this course online. And so I very much appreciate being here. This has been the foundational centerpiece of my own spiritual practice for the last 11 years now. And prior to starting this show on Enlightened World Network, I had offered workshops and led discussion groups, both in person and online. So this was something that I have been teaching for a while, and I offer in-person workshops now. Let's see, like you mentioned, on my YouTube channel is a great place to find this material because I find myself posting several times a week. As adult learners, we do need this.
So if we think about the average person going through their day, how does the Course in Miracles apply? What is the benefit of having a practice and learning and practicing the Course in Miracles?
Okay. Well, for starters, A Course in Miracles, if you're not familiar with it, is a self-study curriculum. That is its uniqueness, and indeed the genius of it is its self-study. In other words, it's not a religion. It is not a cult. Happily, the world does not need another one of those. It's not a hierarchical structure. I'm not in charge of you, for which I'm very grateful, I have to say. It's nice. We're all in charge of taking what we wish to take at a given time. So, that said, it is completely universal. It's universal spirituality. The theme applies to everyone, regardless of background. And it's all about learning to see things as they are. We don't see them as they are. We see ourselves as individuals, as limited by all of the strictures that we place upon ourselves. And we neglect who and what we really are, which is a lot more than we think. And A Course in Miracles, for those who are curious, is again self-study. And moment to moment, we simply notice what comes up in our experience. Anything less than wholly joyous, we're experiencing an opportunity to forgive. And there is a particular form of forgiveness. It's known in A Course in Miracles circles as true forgiveness or quantum forgiveness. We learn to see things as they really are, which is liberating. And this is something that the Course teaches. It's a subject that I return to over and over again in the videos. And it is highly practical because it's self-study. And it doesn't matter what someone has believed or not believed in the past or currently working with.
Yeah, your meditation today sounds like the right topic because it really did help us feel our connection to expanding our consciousness and also just deeply centered in our hearts and
Mhm.
feeling connected to our own selves.
Yes. And there's only perfect oneness, the perfect oneness of God, or if one wishes to call it Source or Mike or Bill. They're all simply names, whatever it is. This is who and what we are. And it extends itself. So we're all a part of this, and it's worth coming back to this because we get so distracted in life.
Well, thank you.
Really distracted. Yes, you're welcome.
You're a great guide on this journey, and we appreciate you. And thank you for bringing us this meditation today. To everyone here on Enlightened World Network, thank you for joining us today. We offer guided meditations and energy healings and lots of community. So please do join us and come back. And we want you to just have a great day and take care. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.